So we're bridging really experienced people over into the NFT land with us in our community. And so that's who we're targeting for our Genesis NFT. They can be high-tech NFT, Web3, or experts in their field. So I just say that as a preemptive to this presentation. So House of Peregrine is my project, and as you can see, peregrine means outsider, one from abroad or foreigner. We were trying to find a word that meant, didn't say expat, immigrant, because I think almost all of us, maybe in this room, weren't born here. And so we were, it took a while to come up with to find the word peregrine or the moncure of peregrine, but I think it fits. Most people who have this experience of living abroad share more with each other than they do sometimes from people where they're from. So we say peregrine is a way of life, a paradigm. Paradigms exist on every continent, yet the word literally means outsider. So there are 500,000 internationals in this country from over 176 countries, and so that is our market. I know it's not very Web3 to be a local market, but we think we already have the world here, so we're creating locally first. So we are co-creating products, content, and events, and by products we mean physical products and content, online products, for those that relish the tension of being foreign and having a unique definition of home, which is everyone who lives abroad has a very complicated definition of home by the end. So we say those who've had the moment that are compelled to pack up and move countries are simply those that craft their life story with intention. Expat, migrant, immigrant, pioneer didn't quite fit, but peregrine fits us. So from these 500 internationals, this is our House of Peregrine Genesis members. So what we're looking for, we're doing free airdrop of 2 NFTs to our Genesis members, one for them, one to share with their network, someone in their network they think would bring something to the community. As you can see, this is what we're overall looking for. International mindset, looking for novelty, really wants to be in Web3, maybe this is an inaugural project. Collaborative, positive impact driven, they have to have a connection to Amsterdam, preferably live here, or have lived here. Accomplished in their field, and the doers. We really need people that are not afraid to get their hands dirty. I think every Web3 project needs that, actually. This is because this is our Genesis membership. This is where the community starts to grow. So after that, our marketplace and our consumers will be the larger market. So what do you get from a Genesis membership? As you can read, we imagine it as workshops from experts, so you can give and also attend. Board opportunities for the projects we are doing, exclusive events, international membership, so networking with people from around the world. You can use your skills and bridge to Web3. As a Genesis member, you'll have the first opportunity to invest in or lead projects. When we say projects, we mean products, usually, or content, or anything that we will be making for our community. Our first project will be led by a bookmaker. We'll make a journal to sell in our marketplace, so we can, if you're here for 3 months or 10 years, you want to document your time here, and there isn't really a product for that on the market, so we want to make one. One of the funnest parts is that you actually will own original artwork, so the NFT is the artist isn't revealed, but they have been doing artwork on the streets of Amsterdam for over 40 years. So you'll own that piece of artwork, and aggregating exception founder and operators. So having a larger network of people who are at the top of their field. So this is just saying more, I already said this. So this is for our WTF is NFT people, and some examples of communities that we have been inspired by or are actually using dynamics that they have proven successful already. So everyone knows Bored Ape Yacht Club. The Fabricant is a local darling in the Web3 space and metaverse space. Bankless, most of you probably know Bankless. BFF is a women-led project out of the States, and World of Women as well. Crypto Packaged Goods is probably our biggest inspiration for actually the Genesis launch. If you don't know them, you should check them out. They are, yeah, so I've been participating in these and more communities for about a year, and then just creating my own, what I want for my own community. So how do we NFT? That's what we are. This is kind of our innovation to, Web3 is often seen as only online or only decentralized, and so we're taking it one step further, and we're doing decentralized co-creation. In real life or online, it doesn't matter. It's still a new model for human creation, if you think about it. So with our Genesis NFT, you'll have a membership to the community online. From there, it goes down, so you'll have access to every part of our community. But mostly, you'll be part of the creators, and then you can also be part of the larger community. This is just the beginning, so this is our map for co-creation. You'll see the public mint for the community. So the Genesis NFT, that will do a community mint with a different artist for access to each of our products. So original products, that to be sold in the marketplace, and just and keep going. The original idea for the marketplace actually will also feature curations of already local goods. So if someone has a storefront already on Shopify, they'll be able to sell in our marketplace. So we won't only be selling our created goods. So this is the whole circle. I think this is the best thing. So if you can see, this is the business structure. The community token is a really important part of this. It's a little bit like you described yours. So you actually, if you're an NFT Genesis holder and you complete bounties, you can become actually one of the co-founders. So if you do enough bounties, they appear, you can't sell them on the open market, they're only inside our community. But we believe people should be able to go from here and contribute enough to be one of our co-founders. But you can see here original products, and then where the distribution of the funds will go for each one. Co-created products are then sold in the marketplace. Marketplace, original products, content guides, and local products. This will be also NFT gated for people who want to be a part, because content is really hard to monetize bit by bit. So I think that, but also I really think it's an important idea to be able to have a POAP for your years in Amsterdam. I know it sounds really silly, but I really think it's cool to be able to, if you're with us for that year and you're in Amsterdam for that year, to be able to have something from that. So the yearly NFT will burn, but you'll have the residue proof of humanity in Amsterdam. So that from there, proceeds go back into the local House of Peregrine Amsterdam. Does this make sense? Does anyone have any questions? I know it's small, but I think it's a really important cycle for us. This is what drives every decision in our organization. This is our Genesis roadmap. So right now we're doing our potential Genesis membership invitations. If you're interested, you have to, or you get to, invite me for a coffee, and then we talk. Proof of humanity. And then you'll receive an invitation. July, next month, we'll open the Discord and or Telegram channel. August, we'll do the artist reveal, which I'm really stoked about. We're already working on the artwork. September, group calls to get everyone's wallet addresses and make sure everyone's on the same page. A lot of our members, this will be their first NFT. And then October 10th, 10/10, which is Amsterdam X6. With luck, the airdrop. Current bounties. Sharon, I know. Look, I came asking for things. These are our current bounties. These are the biggest rocks to move right now. And they would qualify for a Genesis membership token as well as bounty points. I don't know if you want me to read them or if you can read them yourself. The Shopify Jenny integration is important for us to be able to sell goods in the marketplace from other creators. Financial modeling, I need someone to really just model it out for us so we know we're pricing everything well. Entity creation consultation compliance. Dutch government doesn't know what to do with NFT marketplaces yet, so it's good to be in compliance. Graphic artist, to work with the artist on NFT creation. This artist basically only works with spray paint. So he really needs someone to translate that into NFT, and video artists to work with the artist on energy creation for the different layers. So the video installation of him actually making the artwork on the street will be an add-on to our NFT. Smart contract development, of course, everyone needs this, but we actually have a pretty interesting project because we'll have a residue NFT for our Genesis members. So once you've owned it, even when you sell it, you'll get proof that you own the Genesis NFT to stay with you forever. Tokenomics audit. I think this is really important to make sure we're thinking through everything well for our community. And then community setup and management could be 2 jobs, actually. It's a really big job, but we really need to make a relationship with that. Someone that's going to be with us for the long haul, at least for a little while. I know a long haul in Web3 is like 1 month, but we're building for a very long time. Here's the airdrop details. Yeah, I've already gone through kind of FAQ, who I am. Yeah, and I think the one important thing is, what if I'm Dutch? Can I still join? Yes. The answer is very much yes. Because, as I said, Peregrine is a state of mind. Do you guys have questions? I'm sure there's a lot. You always have questions, I love that.
What is the next small steps for us as an audience? Let's say we want to participate. Like if you can boil it down to something like 2 things that are tangible, let's say in the next, 3 weeks.
Yeah, Jetty integration, financial modeling. I know they're big, so they're needing a specialist on them, which is why I'm being so specific. I hate wasting people's time, I really like to do that. And then starting the graphic artist and the video artist, those 2 are really, we need to involve them sooner than later. The artist is ready to go, and so we need to start thinking through how they'll be involved. So those are probably the most.
And what is your go-to to get those people? Like you have a place or a plan, or how do you expose this project so to get those specific people or skills?
So I'm targeting these skills in my the Genesis community, and so reaching out to people who are here or in my network in the States that have connections here. So these are the most important people right now that I'm targeting for Genesis membership, and then from there I'm here.
So here I have an idea, and also to remind you, David, like, I think part of the challenge that if you look locally, there's not a lot of developers, I guess, right? Like there are a handful, probably. And it could be interesting to build a hackathon for Web 2 people or Web 3 to get to play with those things. So you can create a brand awareness locally, you can get people some kind of exposure, they can meet, they can play with stuff, build. I think it's like if it was Web 2, yeah, it's easy, you're looking for front end. But if you say like, I don't know, financial modeling for Web 3, like how many people you can, and if you talk, like, let's say there are 20 in Amsterdam, and now it's 50, they're busy, right? So how do you cure them and create some kind of incentive that's more than money? Because probably everybody's looking for those people, or bring Web 2 people into Web 3. So that's also something that I think is going to be relevant for all of us. In the end, you need talent. And how do you do that when the market is right now different and there's not enough knowledge? And creating a playground to people to experiment, and then what does it mean for them? I think it's an interesting direction. Any other questions or takes or yeah?
I have a suggestion about how you can, for example, just start up with already maintaining APGs and building smart contracts. I think maybe it can be incorporated into one of the labs that you guys organize here or other places. The goal is just learning how to maintain APG, how to create a smart contract. Everyone can help with whatever you can help with, either technically or physically or something like that. So I think it might be a good idea, not just for her, but
I agree.
For other startups as well that are in the
if you bring projects and you say, let's play around something,
Yeah.
so exposure, talent, storytelling, entertainment in the same space, and you can just experiment, and that's create also the vibe, because in the end there's not enough, and if there is enough, they're busy, so it's a chicken and the egg,
Yeah.
and I totally agree with you, that's also the name, the lab. How can we collaborate together to create mini labs, micro labs, so more people will be interested in joining you and also understand what the fuck does it mean, right? Maybe they're curious, but I think with the tech night that we started yesterday, there are small focal points, but we need also the context. The context could be your project, like Mint NFT, you know, or something similar. And then you have the storytelling and the technical part, but also something real. Maybe it could be, I don't know, like proof of status or whatever it is, just show that. I've been here, I met some cool people, but also create some crazy shit. Take half a day, or a weekend. I think this is really interesting to explore, because in the end, if we are fragmented, it's gonna be really, really hard. And I totally agree with you. Okay, anything else?
Well, the roadmap is assuming that you get all the resources to do all of that stuff.
Yeah, it is. Actually, the only thing we need is the airdrop with NFT. So we actually don't need the Jetty integration. We don't need any of this, except for you can do an NFT drop without actually any of this, except for the bottom three. We can do it with this. Actually, we can do it without these. I'd rather have these and this. So the rest of this can come after, actually. So this is to create a really robust beginning, but most projects I follow, they have this.
And what is your strategy to attract those resources right now?
So yeah, I think it's a little bit Web 2, right? They become on the track to become co-founders. And so they get to participate in the drop. So you get 2 NFTs, which I think they're going to be valuable on their own. It's already an established artist. And then the bounty points, so going towards being a more prominent member of the community. So that's where the internal token comes in.
If I may, if you break it into small phases and start something very like what you asked, like a small, tangible, quick win, you know, to prove the market, yeah, there is interest here. And first phase is this 3 people, 1 event, or night, or whatever you do it, like we do this, or I don't know, it's a week effort. And then the next phase, because if you go to your bigger picture, in the end, if I'm the audience, it's going to be hard for me to remember, right? If you can simplify and say, okay, Mickelle is looking for X for the next step, then everybody else will remember, and the next person we're going to meet, or if we're going to market it somehow, there is something tangible, you know, that people can relate. I think it was a good question. I mean, like, okay, what's really, if you reduce everything, what's the essence that can make it like, I don't know, next 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Obtainable.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree. And I think, sorry, this is where I got a little bit of experience from the other communities I'm part of. This is actually what helped me get over the hump of having to know all the answers, is you actually can do an NFT drop fairly, I don't want to say easily, but without the partners that I've brought. But I would like to do it more robust way. So this is my dream. I think if we wanted to release it in October, we'll do it either way, just because of the tools available in the ecosystem already and the artists that we have on board. I think we have a powerful team already. And it's not just the 2 of us, we have advisors. But I think what I'm asking and hoping and dreaming about is having a more robust collector's piece over time. But to start, we actually don't need any of it. I would like to have those things. Does that help?
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So I think that, to be honest, that's what got me to commit to this date, the October 10th, is I had boiled it way down to what I actually need to have a Genesis NFT, right? And the communities that I'm part of, some of them have started there and grown into worldwide Web3 names. So yeah, I want to do it better, of course, but we can start there. We can make our deadline.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.